Good evening. So I just got back from the gym. Left it a bit late tonight actually because I was fucking around with one of my numerous boats, which is another story. Trying to cruise a boat back in complete darkness in freezing cold weather was not the cleverest thing to be doing. Actually froze my right hand till it was fucking painful. Anyway, yep, so that's the third workout of the week. First one was legs. Second one was I did a bit of chest and forearms. Actually, the leg session I did some forearms. Let's start again. Yeah, Monday it was legs and forearms. Tuesday I did chest, forearms, because I like doing forearms. We'll get into those sort of subjects when I've got a bit more time. I'm in a bit of a rush because I haven't fed the dogs yet. Yeah, legs, forearms, and a bit of abs. And then tonight, all I did was my back because I ended up chatting with someone for a little while that I hadn't seen since I was last down there. So, twisted hippie. You give me an idea for another video, actually. You say, and it's a nice comment, that watching my vids made you want to go back to the gym. You're nearly 50. Well, fucking do it, man. Just go back. Don't think about it. Just go back, and believe me, when you walk, although you say you haven't been for about 3 years, when you walk through that door, it's like going home. I tell you, it really is. And you are at just the right age, because it's, despite what we think, you know, what you hear all the time, that you're finished past a certain age, it's utter bullshit. Utter bullshit. You only got to look at it logically. It's like the cat's jumping over me. I'm in a rush because the dogs need to eat, and probably my greedy cats need to eat again. Anyway, it gets easier when you get older. Jeez, it's logical. The whole increase in muscle size it's a process, isn't it? You take the muscle to failure or close to it, and that causes an adaptation. Well, when you're older, I can assure you, it doesn't take a lot of work on a muscle to get it worn out, believe me. And you still have the same adaptation as when you're 50, 40, 50, 60, 70, up to 100. That's all been researched. It's fucking set in stone, right? You can grow muscle at any age. But it's easier the older you get. Jesus. And it's just logically going to be easier, because it doesn't take as much work to tire out a 40, 50, 60-year-old muscle as it does a 20-year-old muscle. So you get that adaptation far easier. It's just up here, in here, that stops you. And another thing, how many jacked guys do you see who are older? None, hardly. It's like the dog's pushing me off the bloody chair now. You hardly see any. Do any of your friends, do any of your work colleagues, where you live, in your village, in your city, in your town, do you ever see a jacked older guy walking around? It's pretty rare. So if you go back to the gym in your 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, you are in the top 2% probably in the world. You know, maybe you've been mediocre all your life, like me and lots of others. But you're not going to be mediocre if you're in the top fucking 2% of the population who looks good at an older age, are you? Jesus. Don't fall for the hype about it. You're finished after a certain age. You're not. You could make, it's just easier to make progress. It's not harder, it's fucking easier. Obviously it's easier. Yes, when you're older, you have, which I harp on about, the digestion bit, because that's an older system. But we now know that it works. You use protein just as well as a youngster, but you just need double the amount. So if you're a 200-pound guy, you're going to need fucking, a lot more. You need to double what a 200-pound 20-year-old would need. And like I said, we'll get into other subjects, all right? But here's just a teaser, and you're never probably going to hear this anywhere else. Having said that about protein, you need double as you're getting older. There was research done quite a long time ago by a very good researchers. They weren't necessarily really researching it into protein requirements. It was something to do with longevity, I think, but they stated something quite obvious when you think about it. Anybody, say from 20 to, I don't know, 40, I'm not talking about once you get to the point where you need you need to get past the digestion stuff and protein resistance and all that, but if you took two people, say they're 30 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old, the guy who weight trains actually needs less protein than his mate who doesn't train, or the girl and her girlfriend who don't train. Got to be politically correct here, okay? But you know what I mean. So, and the reason for that is because just training is anabolic. As soon as your body registers the fact that you're doing something strenuous, it retains protein. Whereas if you're just sat on your arse all the time, there's no reason for it to retain protein. So you actually, if you're training, you actually need less than your friends who don't. And yet the whole supplement industry is aimed at a age demographic that doesn't actually need it. It's a bit ageist, I think, really, and they're missing out on the older population. But then the older population have got it in their heads, most of them, that you're not going to get anywhere going to the gym. Where it's the total opposite. It's the polar opposite of that. You are at the best stage in your life to make gains. Anyway, I'm a bit hyper because I'm in a good mood. I've been to the gym, and that always does me the world of good. So, Twisted Hippie, go back to the gym, please, and put it in the comments when you've got your ass down there, and thank me well, you don't have to thank me, but if I can just get you to go back to the gym, then it's worth making these videos, isn't it? I think. So I will catch you in the next one. Probably the longer video maybe be Friday, because I've only got tomorrow to do I'm going to do, because they're smaller body parts, I'm going to do shoulders and arms tomorrow together, and then take 3 days off, and then get back to legs again on the Monday, which like I said previously, I'm going to do, for the first time in my life, I'm going to train each body part once a week in the gym anyway. I'll get back to you soon.